Political violence has no place in America. What we saw yesterday, and everyone saw it, is sickening. It is disgusting. It was a political assassination. And all of you sitting in these rows have a duty and an obligation to call it that. You know, when I'm thinking about Charlie, obviously his faith was the most important thing in his life. His wife, his children, our prayers are with them. But he influenced countless Americans and people across the world, my kids being amongst those groups. Talking with them last night, talking through this with them last night, is just unthinkable that this is happening in the United States of America.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellow Hammer Now. Let's talk about a couple of things that are being discussed in order to honor Charlie Kirk. One of those things is being discussed by Barry Moore, a congressman from Alabama running for United States Senate, and he is suggesting that maybe we should put a monument to Charlie Kirk at the U.S. Capitol. Now, I think this is something that's going to be a little much of an ask. I would not be against it. I just don't think it's going to be something that is all that feasible, especially with all the misinformation going around. So is that battle worth it? Probably so, but I don't know if it's something that you could actually pull off. But he's not the only one suggesting this. As was discussed on Newsmax, there are other members of Congress signing on as well.
Republicans are now planning to set up free speech monuments potentially in honor of Charlie Kirk, perhaps one in the U.S. Capitol, too. Florida Republican Representative Anna Paulina Luna says today, I am urging Speaker Johnson to place a statue of Charlie in the U.S. Capitol to honor his legacy and to serve as a permanent testament to his life, work, and sacrifice.
Again, I don't hate the idea. In fact, I like it very much. I think I have a better idea, though. Different people around this country raising money in order to put these monuments on college campuses. Now, it would do two things. One, it would make a very clear statement that we are supposed to have open dialogue, and what better place to do that on college campuses, but it would also attract people who would try to destroy those things, proving once again that the American left is rather illiberal when it comes to people disagreeing with them. They are monsters, and that's why when Charlie Kirk was killed, they went out of their way in order to attack his character, the people who supported him. They told all sorts of lies, and they are generally monsters. But if you listen to kids on college campuses, you'll get a very different vibe about Charlie Kirk.
Louder. Okay, I wanted to come out tonight because as a student at the University of Oregon, all of my beliefs usually have been pushed under the rug, and I haven't been able to freely say what I feel without hate and judgment. And I just saw how the Lord worked through Charlie in such an amazing way, and I really looked up to him. And after all the events that happened this week, I decided that I was done living in the shadows and letting people put me down for what I believe in. And I believe that everyone has an opinion, and that's okay. But when hate and evil come into the world is when we really need to take a stand and join us together and just show that we're people of love and we want to treat everyone how Jesus treated everyone, and that everyone's entitled to an opinion. And Charlie just was so well spoken in his words, and he was really an inspiration for lots of young people on campuses. And I think a lot of people are scared to say how they were feeling before all of the events that happened this week. And I think there's going to be a big change on campuses this year. And I think this is like the turning point for students coming up and saying how they feel.
Charlie Kirk was not an Aggie, but he had an Aggie spirit. Cheerful, relentless, determined, and patriotic. His love for his country and his beloved family blurred into a singular whole. He was a man of good heart, he was a man of good works, and he was a man of good faith. At the moment he was taken from us, I believe that goodness was enough. God bless Charlie, God bless his wife and children, and God bless the country for which he fought and fell. I now call Emma Eastlick to the stage.
His age, he was only 31 years old. I'm 21 years old. So for someone that young to have such an impact, obviously it would inspire other people to want to speak out. So I think really his leading legacy is, he's inspired so many young people to get involved.
You can be concerned about somebody's beliefs without resorting to violence against those people. I went to a high school where I disagreed with people constantly, but I used that opportunity as a time to actually get to know the people that I disagreed with. So if you can see the humanity of the person.
So I don't know exactly how you do this, but I think a better place for a monument to Charlie Kirk is on these college campuses, not necessarily at the United States Capitol. Now, if a state wants to put Charlie Kirk in the Capitol as one of their statues, which they usually use to honor their native sons and daughters, I think that's a great idea. Some sort of permanent fixture to him. I'm not sure that's necessary or even appropriate, although I don't have any objection to it offhand. A great place for it might be the monument garden the President of the United States is talking about. But either way, the real answer is to put this on a college campus and remind people what he was really about and expose the people who killed him.